I just noticed literally every video I forget how me and her are set up in my area.
So I'm more central now.
So it just changes every time, pretty much. But
It's my last video.
yeah, for a while she's finally leaving to college.
Finally leaving.
For 3 weekends. It's been postponing. But anyways, enough about our personal lives. Today
We're gonna talk about our personal opinions.
yes. Um, as you know, we're both Harry Potter fans, as we said before. And of course, we enjoy the books a little bit more than the movies, of course, just because they're more detailed, you learn more stuff, and which Emma Watson's amazing, but
that was a blessing.
yeah, she was a blessing to my eyeballs. And I shaved, so yeah.
He's a baby.
But yeah, so me and her have both prepared 3 opinions or things that we think they should have included. It's not beyond
I'm tired.
in the movies. Okay, and she's gonna go first.
Oh, I'm gonna go first?
Yeah.
Okay. First thing, I'm gonna go from like least important to like I think most important.
Wait. Before we start, yeah, these are just things that we think like they're either scenes, like moments, or characters from the books that we think they should have included in the movies.
I mean, the movies are still good, but it would have been cool if they had
and
these
we'll
things.
we'll explain why.
Okay, my first least important thing is if they would have included Peeves the Poltergeist in the movies. For those of you who did not read the books, Peeves the Poltergeist, or Peeves, is basically just a ghost who wreaks havoc on the castle. And Filch hates him. He throws mud everywhere. He pops balloons on kids' heads. Like, he's just a nuisance, and he doesn't really have any real reason to be there besides the fact that he's a nuisance. But I think he's kind of funny, and like he messes with the kids when they sneak out, And it just would have been funny to see him, on Ghostly throwing water balloons at first years.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been kind of cool.
When I first read the book, I was super confused of who he was and what was going on.
I didn't know what a poltergeist was.
I still don't know what a poltergeist is.
It's like a malicious spirit / ghost, I believe. I think that's what it means.
Like a spirit that haunts people.
Well, malicious in like he doesn't have good intentions.
So he haunts them.
Nearly Headless Nick haunts them, but he's good.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Your first one.
I thought I just told you were going first.
Oh, I thought we were trading off.
No.
Okay.
You just say all yours and I'll say all mine. Because mine are pretty much in the same book.
Okay, so which one should I do second?
I don't remember all your stuff, so.
I guess the second one I would have changed was Voldemort's death. Also, for those of you who have not read the books, he doesn't die in like as if he's in freaking Avengers Endgame, where he just.
Did you say egg game?
I did say egg game, end game, where he's just ash and floats away in the wind. No, he dies like a normal ass human, just plops on the ground, dead, and they had to put him in like a closet area until they could figure out what to do with his body. Because obviously they're not gonna have him with all the honorable people who died. That's messed up. But I guess I need to talk to you now. But I guess
what?
Putting my hair behind my ear.
Oh yeah, you do.
I guess him having a human death in the books makes him feel more human. Like he was a guy who was a human who just didn't want to die, and him dying like that shows that his efforts were in vain. He's just dead like anyone else
dies. Like throughout the books, we learned about him as a kid.
Yeah.
And what he went through in school, and then I don't like maybe just to make it more cinematic in a way, but I think they should have. I agree with her that they should have just kept his death like they did in the books, because it makes him more humanized.
Yeah, and like he dies like anyone else would die, even though he has Horcruxes and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. My third one, which I guess isn't really that important, but my favorite character is Ginny. She's amazing. She's a ginger like me, you know? She's cool. But in the movies, she's kind of just meek.
She's kind of just there.
Yeah. In the books, she is the sassiest girl you ever gonna meet. She's on fire. She takes no shits. She throws bat bogey hexes at people if they mess with her. Like, she is the best. And her and Harry's relationship is so good in the books, and in the movies it's like, oh, what are you doing? And one of my favorite scenes is she's talking to Harry about like rumors that are going around about him. Romilda Vane is asking if Harry has a tattoo of a hippogriff on his chest. And Ginny's like, of course I didn't say that was true. I said it was a... Well, he fights a Hungarian hortail, right? Mm. She says it's a Hungarian hortail on his chest, so... I think that's funny. It shows her personality a lot more.
Well, okay, also just on the tattoo, like, front, where do they get...
Tattoos?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's tattoo shops. Do they... You know what? Do they have,
but do they have, like, magical...
Moving tattoos? Like the...
Like the
paintings?
Quick Quill? Or, that's not the Quick Quill. What is that? What's the name of the quill that Winter Skeeter has?
Quick Quotes Quill?
Yeah. Okay, my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite book is Goblet of Fire, okay? Hands down. And if it's not yours, you're a loser, okay? Okay, so anyways, my first thing, right, is I think they should have included Lulu Bagman in...
Explain who he is.
In the movies. He's kind of... Like, he controls the sports in the Ministry of Magic. And he's also kind of the host, quote-unquote, of the Triwizard Tournament. And he's kind of just mostly there for the whole book. You don't get a lot of backstory for him.
But he's funny.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. And I don't know, it's just a weird character to just leave out randomly. I guess, like, they didn't really need him.
Yeah.
But I feel like they could have just easily got an actor and just threw him in one scene.
Yeah, to at least be like, hey, introducing, this guy who's in charge of the tournament.
Yeah, he could have just announced, like, when the third task, when they're about to go in the maze.
Yeah.
And the trumpets start playing. I also love at the end when the kids start playing the instruments again, and then Cedric's just dead.
My boy!
On the floor.
My son!
Me and her will be texting, and she'll just say that. And
or I'll send an emoji, and it's just eyeballs, like no nose, no mouth, so Voldemort, and then just a foot, because y'all Harry Potter movie people know he's just
touching boys' faces with his toes.
Ew, gross. Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, I think that they should have added him to the movies. Okay, Little Batman. Next off is more representation for Dobby. Okay, that's
justice for Dobby.
Yes, justice for Dobby. And also, I guess speaking of Dobby, I guess also to add more for Creature, like more of his story, his redemption at the end of Deathly Hallows.
Winky?
Yes, and Winky. Winky is my favorite character.
No.
And,
I'm sorry to interrupt,
and everything.
But like house self-representation.
Yeah. Actually, if I just go the whole way, just add Spew. If Spew...
Spew.
Or deleted scene, if they would have just added it in deleted scenes, not even in the movie.
Yeah.
If it was just a scene they made and didn't include it, and I just was able to watch it on YouTube, that'd be fine with me. But Winky drinking in the kitchens is literally me.
Her little hiccups.
She's so adorable. I want Winky in my life.
I'll never get a Winky.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna die alone. If that's what you're saying.
No.
But yeah, so more house representation, right?
That's not what you meant.
Yeah, well, that's not what I meant. More house elf representation.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Creature, like the movies that we got, he looks like a total shit,
But then he has a redemption.
Yeah, and then he helps at the end, and it's this whole big thing.
He has a little apron on and he's making them soup.
Right? Okay. So earlier, when me and her discussed this, right, I told her just think of 3 things that you would want to put in the movies, right? My third thing would also be Percy's redemption.
Yeah.
Because in the movies, we only see him as a total ass, which he is most of the time, right? But it's for a reason. He's like under the Imperius curse, right? And then at the end, he helps them fight against Death Eaters, and it's because the whole time Percy, I always liked Percy as a character. I kind of related to him in sort of aspects because he was like trying to be successful and like trying to be like the head of his class and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I wanted to see something better for him. And then at the end of the book, because we watched the movies constantly when we were younger, and I hadn't read the books until I was 14, I think, pretty sure. Or 15. One of those. I know, that's sad. Okay. But, like, when I finally read that part, I was ecstatic about it. Like, I was like, yes, that's what he needed. So, pretty much, Percy should have got a redemption arc. Should have more house elf representation in the movies. Dobby actually discovered the room of requirement, not Neville. Okay, thank you very much. And also, Dobby is the one that helped Harry to know that he should use gillyweed in the lake.
Yeah, and Dobby works at Hogwarts, and that's so adorable.
Yeah, and he brings Harry presents.
He wears little hats.
And stuff. I love Dobby and Winky.
Why do you have to die?
Why did he have to die?
Like, no reason, huh?
Why did he have to die? And also, on that note, why does Harry brush off Hedwig's death so much?
He's like,
he never talks about it again.
A bird died. He should have named his child Hedwig.
Yes.
Hedwig Dobby Potter. Dobby Hedwig Potter.
Yeah, that works better. But yeah, so what's your thoughts on those changes that we make, the movies?
I'd like to let you know.
You're shaking.
I know, I'm sorry. I had 2 bonus ones, and I forgot both of them. So, if I remember them, I will comment them in this video. Which I probably won't remember them, but, Okay.
So, no honorable mention today.
We wish.
If you guys have any moments from the books that you'd want to add to the movies...
Wait, I remembered one of them. I'm sorry.
Why are you saying you're sorry?
Because you looked annoyed at me.
No, because you're just go.
Okay. My other honorable mention was the scene. Okay, so people who watch the movies, you know the scene when Harry's like, they're all in the Great Hall, and Harry's like, takes off the invisible cloak. He's like, aha, Snape, fight me! How dare you stand where he stood? Okay.
That's the greatest scene ever in cinematic history.
That actually doesn't happen, in the books. Well, actually, that actually might happen. I can't remember. But they have a better scene where Harry is in the Ravenclaw Tower with
How's
Luna.
that anywhere close related to
What?
the scene with...
You know what scene I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, Harry is in...
Electo.
Okay. Harry is in the Ravenclaw Tower with Luna Lovegood looking for the diadem. And Electo and Amicus Caro, I think it's just Electo that comes in. They find out that Harry's in the castle. They're like, oh my gosh! So they come in there and try to, capture him. And he hides. But then McGonagall comes in. And Electo is a real ass to her. And I'm pretty sure he spits at her. And then Harry gets so pissed because he loves McGonagall that he actually uses the Cruciatus Curse on Electo Caro, who was a Death Eater, by the way. So, bad on him for using, bad curse. But, such an epic scene because he's like, no, how dare you? You know, it's just, I love it. Okay.
Okay, time to read the books again, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, if you guys have any more scenes from the books, you little Harry Potter nerdy boys out there, nerdy girls,
You know you're there.
you know you're there.
You know inside, you know.
Well, you don't need. Okay. But any suggestions or scenes from the books that you would want to put in the movies, let them know. Let them know.
Let them know.
Let Warner Bros. Know.
Go find
also,
them.
speaking of that, if this video is a little bit long, heck you. There's a Warner Bros. TV series coming out,
Yeah.
which I hadn't talked about that yet. But
We don't know
what?
what it's about.
Well, it's not even happening yet. But what would you want it to be about?
Yeah, I said we don't know what it's
What
about.
would you want it to be about?
I want it to be about the Marauders because I fucking love. Oh, sorry. I really love the Marauders. Okay. What would you want it to be about?
Voldemort.
Yeah, gross. Why?
And like, Death Eater. Something about dark arts because
Dark Arts are kind of cool sometimes.
I love
Bellatrix.
that part
Ooh,
of.
she's so cool. I mean, evil, but like really cool.
Or if they did like.
But I mean, if they did Marauders, then they'd get Lucius
Or
and
like
a
something to
little
do
bit
with.
of Bellatrix
Oh my gosh.
and like
Okay, wait. Okay.
the
Sorry.
Caros and
Um,
Regulus.
Okay, we gotta
They'd-
finish it,
I know.
but,
You would see all the Death Eaters if they did the Marauders in school.
but also, okay, real quick, I'm gonna end it right now. But Peveril Brothers.
Ooh.
What if the show was called The Peverils?
Well, it wouldn't be very long, would it?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't it be long?
Because, I mean, it's their one story.
It's not just about that one story. It can be about their lives, or they don't even have to be like with death. You know, they can make those objects,
Yeah. Damn.
and then we can explore like the Wizarding World back then. I don't know.
I don't want it to be
Or a
about Harry.
Hogwarts Founder series. If they redo the books, I'm going to slap J.K. Well, actually, I'll slap her anyways, just because of what she said.
We
before.
don't support
But,
her.
yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this long ass video.
And I was just ranting about our opinions.
Yeah. And again, tell us any other opinions that you would want to put in the movies.
Love you guys.
Bye. I'll see you next Friday.